Hello, I'm going to try a little different approach. This is Becky Amble with the Marketing Minute for you, and I'm calling it a Marketing Minute because I'm going to mostly show you some mind maps that are dealing with marketing topics. So instead of trying to take an hour or two to do a movie, an animation, I'm going to just use paper. So we'll see how this goes. So let's take a look at an idea here that you could use a mind map to assess your competition. And this is a pretty basic one. So this would be more like a small business or a company that hadn't done much in competitive intelligence before. So competition goes in the middle, and that's your subject. And then you have a branch for company A, B, C, D. Then you might move over and say, well, how about some more information on it? So here's some more information, and I gave the companies a name. So Ajax, and I had that they are speedy, that's how they differentiate. They work in the automotive industry, that's their target market. They have 10 employees, that's their size, and their competitive advantage is that they are innovative. So let's just take a look a little bit more down here at this bottom section and look at the company called Crosby. That's easiest to see, where come up with some ideas of what you want to assess when you do your competitive analysis. Maybe the size of the company, maybe how they differentiate each other themselves, maybe their target market, maybe their competitive advantage. You decide what you think is relevant. So there's some ideas on how you could do a competitive analysis. So let's step over here to an awareness program. A lot of people are trying to make sure that they are better known in the marketplace. So here's just the basic branches, and I got a little carried away and put networking twice. So there's networking, there's media, there's presentations. Again, I wrote networking twice, and website. So with a little more detail, let's look at the awareness program on your mind map. So over here in this corner, you might have a referral program with the network that you're in. You might identify how often you go to meetings, and then possibility is membership, and so you want to list the groups that you're part of. When you get down to media, you might talk about, do you do anything on radio? Do you do a blog? Do you do a podcast? Other ideas? Presentations. How about you make a goal of how often you do one, maybe once a month, and you identify some target groups that you want to speak to, maybe Rotary, maybe Chamber of Commerce, maybe some educational institution. Then I went up here to the website, and you want to potentially, here's some ideas, have customer focus of your website. You want it to be visual. You want to have some customer pains, and there's some little branches there. You could add things, and keep in mind using the rule of 3. So there's just an example of an awareness program, possible mind map. Then let's take a look at a marketing plan. This is where, of course, I spend most of my time. So maybe you want to outline the elements of a marketing plan. Usually have an executive summary, situation analysis, your formula, objectives, and tactical or action plans. Let's look at a little more detail on one of those. So in particular, your situation analysis usually is going to talk about what is currently going on. So I have listed there current activities, your target market, segmentation variables, maybe something on customer satisfaction, a marketing plan. Then you're going to have also your formula, and that's things like the product or service, your promotion plan, and that would have a lot of branches, most likely, your pricing strategy, and so on. Then you might have a branch that says, all right, what are my objectives for growth this year? And you would put that on the objective line, and maybe you have a couple, 2 to 3 strategies, you would outline those. And then, of course, where the rubber meets the road is in your tactical action plans, and most likely you would have several. I just numbered. So you also could do a mind map just of marketing strategies. And in order not to get too crazy, I think it's wise to limit the strategies to 1 to 3, maybe as many as 5. It kind of depends how you structure your strategies. So going down here, you might have just one strategy in place. So let's say that you had a strategy that you were going to start a customer satisfaction survey. Well, then you would probably have various tactics, like identifying the questions that you wanted to ask. Maybe you do on tactic 2, talk to customers to find out what's important to them. Tactic 3, figure out, are you going to do qualitative or quantitative, and so forth. So there are just a few examples. This is about 5 minutes, so I think we are long enough. I hope this gives you some ideas of things you can do on a business standpoint with a mind map. Thanks for listening. See you next time.